Hi everyone, it's great to see you again, and the really good news is that I've heard that very soon we're all going to be together again at Gatehouse. So very much looking forward to that. However, I've got a few more weeks to go of a bit of home learning, and we're now in week 5 of music with Mr. McKinnon. And we're going to start with 3 games. Then we're going to look at an online resource, which I was meant to do last week and I forgot. And then I'm going to give you an optional task and challenge. Okay, so we're going to start with we're going to start with London Bridge, and then we're going to do Let's Put the Rooster in the Stew from last week, and then we're going to do a new game which is called My Dame Has a Lame Tame Crane, which I have to say I've practiced a lot because it is hard. So I've practiced it quite a lot for you guys. Let's start with London Bridge. So you need to stand in a space. Make sure that you can stomp and you can clap. Okay, so you have to be standing up. Okay, so this is the game where if there's 2 syllables, you clap, and if it's 1 syllable, you stomp, and then you stomp for the next 1 syllable. Okay, so it goes like this. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Well done. We're not going to do that one again. I bet you could do that really easily. Let's put the rooster in the stew. So last time we used beaters on the floor. I used beaters. I don't know what you used. But today let's just do it by standing up, and we'll do tapping on your legs if it's a normal beat, and then clapping if it's when we have to clap. Okay, that was when we tap them together. So remember, the words are: let's put the rooster in the stew. Let's put the rooster in the stew. Then he cannot say cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo. Then he cannot say cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo. Okay, and we start off by just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So each time the next number is when you clap. Okay, and there's 8 times that we do it, and there's 7 beats for each line. Okay, so it goes like this. Let's put the rooster in the stew. Let's put the rooster in the stew. Then he cannot say cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo. Then he cannot say cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo. Let's put the rooster in the stew. Let's put the rooster in the stew. Then he cannot say cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo. Then he cannot say cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo. We did it. Okay, and now we've got the final game, which is My Dame Had a Lame Tame Crane. Okay, so I just had to get the words ready there because this is such a tricky game that I don't want to mess up the words for you. So the first line is: my dame has a lame tame crane. Okay, say that with me. My dame has a lame tame crane. The next line goes: my dame has a crane that is lame. My dame has a crane that is lame. And we're talking about the bird, a crane here. Then it goes: pray, gentle Jane, pray, gentle Jane, that my lame tame dame's crane, that my lame tame dame's crane, please can come home again. Please can come home again. Okay, right. Oh, I feel quite nervous that I'm going to make a mistake. But you know what, as I always say, if you make a mistake in music, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so for each word there's a different action. So when we say dame, we put our hands on our head like that. So that's for dame. When we say lame, we grab one leg. So dame, lame. When we say tame, we put hands like that. Tame. That's tame. And for crane, We do that as if it's a bird's beak. Okay? So dame, lame, tame, crane. And the first bit goes like this. My dame had a lame, tame crane. Then it goes, my dame had a crane that is lame. So try that with me first of all. From the first bit, my dame had a lame, tame crane. My dame had a crane that is lame. And then we do this. Pray, gentle Jane. Okay, so we're praying, and then gentle, and then Jane. Okay? Pray, gentle Jane. Good. That's my lame, tame dame's crane. That's my lame, tame dame's crane. And then the last bit goes like this. We're going to get our bird wings and we're going to go, please can come home again. We go around in a circle. Please can come home again. I'm going to do the whole thing and try not to make a mistake. Will I do it? Who knows? Okay, so it goes, my dame has a lame, tame crane. My dame has a crane that is lame. Pray, gentle Jane, that's my lame, tame dame's crane. Please can come home again. Whoa, I'm quite impressed with myself. Right, I want you to try it with me. We're going to do it very slowly. Ready? So, starting with dame. My dame had a lame, tame crane. Good. My dame had a crane that is lame. In this bit. Pray, gentle Jane, that's my lame, tame dame's crane. Please can come home again. And I've never tried this ever, but I'm going to do it really fast. Okay, see if you can keep up. My dame had a lame, tame crane. My dame had a crane that is lame. Pray, gentle Jane, and my lame, tame dame's crane, please can come home again. Whoa! Nice one, Mr. McKinnon. Whoa, not bad, not bad. I have to tell you though, for the past 2 or 3 days, I have been doing this over and over and over again because I have found it really hard for some reason. Maybe you found it really simple. And if so, get someone at home to film you and send it to me. I'd love to watch you trying it. I'd love to see you doing it better than me. I'm sure that's not hard. Okay, so we're going to move on. We're going to be looking at a new resource that you can try. And then finally, there's an optional challenge that you may like to enjoy. Okay, see you there now. So I wanted to show everybody this pretty cool website that I found, and it's called Beepbox. You may have seen it before, but I've just recently discovered it, and it's really cool because it lets you create your own rhythm loops, and it's really simple. So you type in the address for Beepbox, which I'll put up on the screen. Then this comes up, and it's lots of sort of different rectangles and all these numbers at the bottom. And basically, first of all, you can choose your instrument here. So you go to the bit where it says type, and you can choose what it's going to be. And I've got it on the marimba right now, so we'll just keep it with the marimba. And you just start clicking. Okay, so then you can press play to see what you've done so far. It's not bad. I just did that in about 5 seconds. I think it'd be quite cool to have something that's more of an ostinato going all the way along here. So I might have every sort of second square. That might, and also because it's low down, it's a bass sound. It might be quite nice. We'll play that. And it just keeps looping it over and over. Alright, I wonder what it sounds like if I change the instrument. Maybe we'll make it, a rock organ. Interesting. Try that. And I think you can click while it's playing. I quite like what I've made up. It really took no time at all. I didn't put too much thought into it, but it sounds really quite cool. And then it even lets you save what you've done. You can go to File and then you can export it. And it means you can save it as a .wav file or a .mid file. I'll do a WAV file and yeah, I'll save it there, export. And you can then, because you've saved it, you can listen to it anytime you want. Here it is now. It's quite hard for you to see here. I'll just see if I can make the screen a bit better. Perhaps not. Anyway, down here at the bottom is the downloads, and I can open it up. And hopefully it's going to play it back to me in the media player. Let's see if it works with my very slow computer. There it goes. So that's now playing. Yeah. Okay, now for some reason though, for reasons I haven't figured out yet, it then stops. So anyway, it's a really cool way for you to compose things very easily, and it's really fun. It's so easy to use, and yeah, I wonder if you can come up with something just as cool, and you can even, because you can save them, you can even upload them to Google Classroom, and you can actually let me hear them. So try it out, see what you can come up with on Beepbox. So for our very final task or optional challenge this half term, let's just revise what we have talked about. So we first of all looked at silent films. We spoke about how they were the earliest form of film, and originally they didn't have any sound in them at all except for backing music. And the music was really important because it kind of drove the mood along. You guys had a go at changing the sounds, changing the mood by changing the sounds, looking for different types of music. We had, if you remember in my example, we had I believe epic music, and we had spy music. I've just got a nice silent film on here. It's the Buster Keaton one. From 1920. Oh my goodness, 100 years ago, this film. Wow. So that's a lovely silent film there. We looked at Tom and Jerry, didn't we? We looked at how Tom and Jerry cartoons are so successful because of the music and the silly sound effects. And I know that lots of you had a go at it. You found funny Tom and Jerry films, cartoons, and you added your own sound effects. And some of you even added your own music, which I was extremely impressed with. Yeah. So the PowerPoints, here we are. So there was film music, of course. That's when we looked at the silent films, and your challenge was to change the music. We also looked, if you remember, at influences. Can you remember when we had the Mars music, and then we listened to Star Wars, and we spoke about how that music was influenced by Mars? And then your challenge that week was to do battle scene. Look for a battle scene and add in some music by Holst, Prokofiev, Mussorgsky, or Tchaikovsky. And I really enjoyed those of you who sent those videos in. And then it was just last week when we looked at leitmotif. And leitmotif is so interesting. Thank you so much for all your examples that you sent in from film, TV, and video games. Leitmotif, if you remember, it's a recurring musical theme. That's when you hear the same tune a few times in a film or a game, and it reminds you of a certain feeling, or it reminds you of a person or a situation or an idea. So your final challenge this week, and this is something that I'm going to be basically asking you to do. I'm just going to leave the silent film running here. I'm going to take the music away while I talk. So your final challenge, if you want to accept it, is, and you have as long as you need to do this, is can you make your very own silent film. My goodness. Can you make your very own silent film? What you have to do, if you want to, remember this is optional, is you will have to, first of all, plan what your story would be. Then you need to get someone to film it. You need to ask for permission for someone to film you doing it. Maybe you have an iPad at home or a phone that has a camera and you can film yourself doing something a little bit silly. We talk about slapstick comedy, which is this sort of thing here, where it's very obvious comedy. People falling over and things landing on your head. And then you have to then somehow edit it. Now, I am not a computery wizard, but I do know that if you have things like iMovie, then it's really simple to edit videos and take away the sound and add in your own music. Well, I am going to leave it there. Guys, I'm not going to actually give you too much more instruction. I'm going to just stick on this Tom and Jerry one while I finish speaking. I'm not going to give you too much more instruction because I want you to be as creative as possible. Remember, film yourself doing something a little bit Tom and Jerry-like or silent movie-like. It doesn't need to be very long, maybe 30 seconds or maybe 1 minute max. Then you put it into a program like iMovie, and then you can add your own music or your own sound effects. I am so looking forward to seeing what you can come up with. This is tricky, and remember, I'm not a computer wizard, so for technical things, I'm not sure how I can help you. I can perhaps help you if you send me a message. Your parents or maybe an older sibling or someone who's really a technical whiz kid at home could help you perhaps. And of course, if you think, this sounds too tricky for me, I don't know how to do that, then please don't worry because this is optional. You do not have to do it. I'm giving you this task if you feel like being really creative and want to have fun with music and movies. Right, so we're going to leave it there. And I will say have a great half term. Year 6, I will see you very soon. Year 5s, I'll see you not long after the year 6s, hopefully. Fingers crossed, everyone. And I'll just turn it around to say goodbye. Okay, bye. Have a really good holiday, and I'll hopefully see you all really soon.